good morning. Watch the post. Oh, my nose. Nou, niet nose, maar hoe had je genoeg? Still alive. No human rights. That's the most important thing. I don't know where journalism is. Journalists mostly immediately help people. Immediately, if they see something on the internet, they immediately just call you and say like, "Hey, do you want to talk?" But if it's me, they just don't do that. So I always want to become like investigation journalist. Um, by force, I had to do my own investigation. I survived this, a lot of things, and people just don't reach out to me. I understand because of identity frauding that is dangerous, but how can I just actually have an audience or have a face? Take suggestion to have a face. But I almost get kicked out of my. So, hi, it's 2 October 2021. My name is Nadia Minoues Madam Mohammed Sheikh Noor. And wait, let me just check. Yes, it's Saturday, 2 October 2021. I survived something very serious yesterday. It's hard times. If I actually look like this, people get really jealous. So I'm almost about to be kicked out of the house. So it's very unfair. Um, I don't know really what to do. So I always have to moet alles altijd compenseren of komen met ja, compromissen. Eigenlijk, that's how it goes. So it's a bit unfair what to do sometimes. I don't know. No help. No human rights. So I just made some selfies. So right there, right here, and right there in the window. So these are selfies. Ik heb wat selfies gemaakt. Hero is Masaure. So yeah, that's how it goes. Little bit of makeup on, a little bit, and then you take pictures. Yeah. So is leuk voor later. Dan kan ik later terugkijken hoe ik eruit zag toen ik 25 jaar was. Because I only had like yeah, I only have I actually didn't even this year made like serious portraits of myself. So that's why I made some portraits, for remembrance of how it was to be 25 and how I looked like. Dus hoe ik eruit zag toen ik 25 was. Maar ik de laatste sanjere. Ik laat sanjere. Sana laat nishan. Sanjere. Sana oké. Dus was mijn zouden. So Marcus de Gossel. Haal mamen Gossel. Ja, dat ik goed doe aan. Dus haal mamen in Gossel. Haal mamen in just Gossel. Mulu dena Gosselin, gewoon Gossel. En die kudu aan het Gossel. Maxu die o ilai ook zo tussen Gossel. Het die water o arctisch Gossel. Marcus Gossel. Ja, die dat kan o Hollandesko kudu aan. En dat kan o aandenken kudu aan. Gossel, dat veran ajeren. I dat hunajeren. Doen gesasle wel. Haal gep of hunja haal gep of veran. So, there's a goede kant en de slechte kant. It's a bad side and a good side. That's how life is. So, just stay positive. I'm gonna start recording. Cannibal, Mr. Cannibal. How can I say that? Mr. Cannibal. Cannibal. Mr. Cannibal actually doesn't want me to be myself. Well, and actually, and then I have to recover it with this. Like, actually, I just need it. Just like this. And I do like this and I cannibal in a way. Oh my god, be yourself, we say, be yourself. And now I'm allowed to make a recording because my hair looks a bit freaky. If I look like oh sexy, like oh how a supermodel would be in a bikini with a good actually figure. Oh no, my eyes look all of a sudden a bit too beautiful, isn't it? And then a bit like this. Oh, do you see heats appearing somewhere? People you spy, and I think you're just a monster. Yeah, say that I keep going on until my recording all of a sudden again stops. My video disappears. So I actually gonna see how this goes. People, this is how it goes. Like you have to walk like this, that way in a beautiful country. In a beautiful country, actually, different people have to see these things. All of a sudden, my eyes are directed to this. Is this a floss? I don't know what it says, but it actually shows a bit like this. Woof, that's not okay. That's not okay. So it's just. This kind of things. I mean, have a bit of respect for ladies. Oh no, it goes like this. All of a sudden, it's where am I? I'm a Stuttgart. So actually, this is how it goes. Infinite in Stuttgart. Look, infinite for different people and other people. Where they probably all of a sudden had something. I can still make a recording. This beautiful. All of a sudden, this, and actually, I can lick hindered and. Boats like this, my view from white. So, oh my god, this is actually a beautiful view. Who did I share it with? With you, or with you, or with you? Watching along the screen, but I am actually here alone. I know about dimensions a bit, but this actually I know nothing. To be honest, infinite as I'm a dropout. So I just say now. I show you this view to my phone. Actually, to be honest, yeah. In the end, it's just my phone I share it with. And if I name someone, I share it with someone I name. And there go the pigeons. I hope I didn't lose something. Because I actually have 3 euros to spend and then it's finished off. Oh no, the video goes on soon. Most of that video stops if I actually say the truth. So I think so now and then it just changes. Now because of Taylor Swift diary. I can actually know a bit how what Dr. takes the shaman's diary. I know. And just the Venus diary, I know too. So they are my heroes too. But I'm not famous. You know, I'm not rich. Actually, I'm flooded with money. I see a beautiful view here I want to share too with someone who actually wants to be with me right now. Or they want to be with me or see me. And they're not ashamed to tell. They want to keep it a secret. And they're punished for it. I'm punished for it too. To not keep my face a secret. See, there's light. I'm busy with the light, man. Beautiful stuff. And the light works. So I escaped to the bathroom because I look a bit, I'm a bit of, I need pause. People stalking me, so I'm here. But stalkers, I got serious stalkers. So La Mask, oh La Mask here. I'm not gonna say that even, I couldn't eat the whole day. So, yeah, I feel like a bit exhausted. Yeah, it's hard. So I tried to escape in art. Actually, it's a good moment to escape in art. Yeah. So I wanted to have it for myself. I wish I could have silent piece for Zoom. Somewhere. Sometimes I have to closing times when I just walking environment is actually really nice. I say hi. I wanted to make certain things and use to like Chagall and everything and get really angry. I wanted to get an Chagall like binge watching and I was like no, I was around perfume. And I was like, no, and I know about Picasso and everyone. How would I start for them poor poverty? But then men and women suffer that too. And I just see myself now not selling my experiences. Say poetry is okay for me, but art is something different. I need a room for that. And moments that I could be myself and reflect. These people have rooms, and Vincent van Gogh is different. He's always in the room. So it's hard for me to actually see everyone else that was still stuck in it. And I'm here now with the phone, modern times, here with the phone. Actually now just being a crazy girl. Actually, as I put some makeup on, all of a sudden I'm just this. Actually, I dress. Still, I don't dress myself as I wish myself to dress. But mostly, I just put some makeup on, and this is how I everyday actually look. But for others, it's like mostly my hair is not like this. Sometimes. If I'm lucky. So now just because I now have a cardigan, I want a cardigan again. Actually go to the cardigan now, so I'm supporting for actually the shoes in the internet and my friends and the patient. So I now know how it is to be actually It's staying. Look, they didn't go to him anyway. You know, there's a difference. I'm just gonna sign it. I signed it. Natty, and then with the A, Mojito. It's actually not finished yet. Actually, absolutely not. This is how it looks, a bit like, ooh, you know, reminds me of a journalist actually stuck somewhere as I was dropped and survived. I can relate somewhere. His expression, it's completely freestyle in the beginning. Now it's actually the other. I wanted to photograph a man in this angle, and I was thinking about Jamie Dornan, and yeah, I can see some more pain and suffering in his eyes, and actually the question, someone to talk to him actually and be honest, and so someone to listen. And actually, if you like me being dropped, I'm not even officially a journalist, you know, on Google. Then you just have this expression. Oops. It's 9:59 p.m. in Berlin here in Berlin. Actually, I've done this too many times again. People don't probably know student tricks, right? So it goes. To me, it's like, oh yeah, I really just woke up and I want to sleep. Ooh, okay, I've got discipline. Why? Because I stand up. Well, actually told in the voice recording I want to sleep. And here I am, my face becoming a little bit more normal. Can you see how creepy that is? Less edema, because I move, I use my muscles, you know. Yeah, actually goes away, the fluid goes away because I use my muscles. Like really, gymnastic. You can really see that it's actually becoming less edema. So I'm busy with it too. Too many things at the same time, you can see it. So I just have to use my face. No, you can see it if I now use the same angle again. I'm not allowed to put this off, but we're in a museum. Actually, I feel like I'm in France right now. Can you imagine? We're just in It's a Renaissance. So actually, I think it's the right place to be right now. Right exposition is always with art. Always brings you back. Always, if I would visit the museum, it's always the right time and the right place. And to see someone and some others, artists, find curator, they want people to see certain things. So I see this. Yeah, it's just I think tells a story. And here I think they somewhat done this. I think they just broke up the arms and I think they just broke it off. Stupid, isn't it? I don't even want to see certain things. Can you imagine? Because I feel that I'm going to be tortured for it like this. But this to me, it feels like, wow, you know I can renew art. I need art. I need everyone combined. Everyone combined. I know that the world need new art. As if they knew the curatura. But this is very expensive. But they brought it here just in Deutschland. They want me probably to see it. Or time wants me to see this. As I'm now here and I feel like I have to go to the museum. En omdat I'm hier now in Hamburg, 14 september 2021. It is art, it's kunst. Everything combined, religion, art, and so on. And I feel like fainting. I feel like fighting for my life while being here. Like, woo! So I would love to be here. Now walking, as Einstein was walking probably to 1921, what happened? You know, I'm here in Deutschland, and that's the reason why I'm here. What happened to fruit? I think the new is much more expensive, but people just steal it from now on. They steal it already because they want to stop it, and that happened too in the past. That's why people keep it and want to actually leave it. People actually, I think, made things to leave it. As I said it, now probably people want me to say it because they think I should say it and say like, oh, I told her. No, that's how it goes now. I got something in my arm, and people want to mess with me. I always like, I'm mostly just quiet. Actually, I just let all this talk. I already seen it when I was a child, probably, and now I just want to make art. I want to share love, and and I wanted to share with others. But guess what? My whole life I haven't had a normal conversation. In addition, I had my first real conversation, worth more than $1 billion to me, and now I have to make money in order to survive. Happy to them too. That's what people get. Look at this. Here, diversity and interaction. All about Islamic art. Here. I just have to do this. Just have to do this. Islamic art. It's 14 September 2021. It's about diversity and interaction. Hey. Nadia Mina is Madam Mohamed all the way from Hamburg. How is Hamburg doing? And the birds? How are they doing? And what about the bees? Sorry, I'm just very emotional. Traumatized. Severely traumatized. Like, seriously traumatized. I get to talk to some beautiful women. Actually, they walked in when I posted something to the Washington Post. And actually, while on the Signal application. And I was, cool, I'll just talk to her. And she's actually the youth. And I see the youth, actually, they need someone to teach them certain things. As no one tells them, they just copy. And I think if we talk about here freedom, actually, are we going to take that route? Freedom. I don't know, because I say you're clever because she said one thing, one line, do you like this? Yeah, because it's cool, something like that. And that's exactly what I need to know. That is her way how she looks at art. And I said it's very clever because it's actually cool, because it feels like cool. You say you have to touch it, you have to make it and touch it, and I feel like, it's cool because it's left in the past. Why language? I understood it right away. She's like, you're very clever. And she has no idea. People think of her as dumb. We're all smart. I say, wow. Just I said, Dolce & Gabbana. Dolce & Gabbana. I am a fashion victim. Am I a fashion victim? Ik heb geen flauw idee. Ben ik een mode... Actually, I started with 7. I started just with sketching. Actually, fashion a bit, maybe. I remember that I was 7. I started actually designing, maybe for the first time. So when I was 7, people were like, yeah, sketch it for me and sketch how you put out a worm. They would actually give me dirt and I would put out neon green worms, and I would have to sketch it because they would probably sell it. So yeah, I can imagine people would make monstrous art if who am I? I'm poor, I'm not begging for money almost to actually stay patient. I'm homeless, people are enjoying my pain. I totally understand it, I recognize it, but I don't. I just stay calm and think, wow, We talk about her sister, actually, about certain things. So now here in beautiful Hamburg, I would hear talk with the birds. And actually be here with the birds. Actually 1 month ago, I would actually feel alone. I loved alone. Actually, I'm here. This is really scary. I'm here actually with. I don't care about money. I'm poor now. But I just got money today, and immediately, actually, one of the first things to do, I go to McDonald's. I have to actually beg for food almost. These days, I go to shelters. 30 September, and then something falls down because it's forced. People want to rewrite history, and you got people who steal things. Things fall on the ground. All of a sudden, I understand it, I'm not scared of it. People know probably, I'm fighting for my life for weeks. People get to hear fake stories about me. I'm literally fighting in shelters, here I am. You know how much money this costs to me? It's actually nothing. For me, it's nothing, because it's left to the cold. I want to make something new. That is worth much money, isn't it? Or, how it feels actually, if I stand here, I feel like a bit of woo, because I feel like that I'm pushed to see this, and then I feel like that I should be dead when I see it. Actually, I see these faces here. Washington Post, 40 September 2021, after 9/11. I've got to look, then I see this, and I see this. I see beauty, this is Islamic art, and I see. Actually, they really can't imagine how broad. They brought it all here. I feel the energy. And there's a curator, something had to tell. So I was like, okay, now I have to visit a museum, but when? Wow. When is actually the right time for me to visit? Actually, my family name, as I am Amina Mohammed Sheikh Noor, my mom Mohammed Hussein. Actually, it's all about, Hussein and Sheikh Noor, light, So I'm here, fighting for my life. Very beautiful love stories. in the Sheikh Noor family, so the Hamsi family. Beautiful, beautiful love stories. They're jealous of. And they don't want it for me. Actually, that's why if I look at one man, they already are scared that another love story will develop. Probably, it's just guessing, but I know because I heard these stories of my mom. I heard it from my auntie loving Shakespeare, the Italian language. I saw the pictures of the husband of my auntie. Javier Dehava, Javier Gould. Her first name is Gould. Um, Actually, unfortunately, sad things happen, and mommy explained me it happened in camp, but they get a little bit programmed, you know. So many, I just know how it all started. It's Somali in '92, actually the '90s. I really think that this country is very strong, beautiful people here in Deutschland. But there's barely help for the people there, I'm afraid. For weeks they have no water. Actually warm water, clean water, I don't think even not to. If I see his expression, he knows this lady who would survive. Because she was living on the second floor, he knows her. So it's heavy. People there are stuck, and the Red Cross should be there, he said, and so on. And they get food that way. And he recommended me to not go there, and I was like, why? Now I'm a bit curious. I cannot go because I'm injured myself. So, and I'm actually fighting for myself to actually have, to bring myself in safety. Beautiful, very beautiful. So look at this. So I'm here. I'm here in the museum. Here. It's a bit of bad recording I'm making. But yeah, I just have to, or I can unlock it with these keys. So I'll give it a Rijksmuseum at the Netherlands. But I lost something in my pen. And then again I have to pick something up. I don't like this. Do I look ugly enough? Otherwise so I'm not perfect. I actually have no money, nothing. So I have no choice. So just to tell people in the world, actually, because the whole country seem here to know about me. So it's not safe anymore. I thought we'll get attacked with someone. There's so many kind people here. I see so many beautiful things here. And actually, I don't have to go the other way of the world. I would love to travel. I was also locked up. I just make a video. People can make a photograph of this. Because all those who don't believe it can be just photoshopped. Just for 7 or 8 euros, 8 euros. Everything. Art. I've saved some art. I saved art from this beautiful lady I'm about to discover when I get some rest for it in a hotel I have today. And just when I say it, people want me to brainwash me to feel bad about it, so it's never gonna happen. Well, come on. That was the most sickest brainwashing thing ever. What I survived today, 14 September 2021, I say. So, yeah. Man Ray in Paris. McDonald's. Voyager. Carl Sagan. Carl Sagan is not Super Saiyan. I wanted Carl Sagan to remember it. I was busy with it in Stuttgart when it came to my most beautiful conclusions. Stuttgart. I touched it, how it was. Go back in a... I think I have to make this recording to say that I'm not crazy, that I still can think. It's not all Muru or something. I'm here, a beautiful place where people rest, actually. I'm happy that I'm doing this. Actually, before I leave this country, I just went to see actually the beauty here, but also people who are honored for who they are or were and what they want to leave actually to other, pass through their family. So I'm here, and I'm not gonna say where exactly. just a bit of respect. um, but I see a lot of family names who actually pass through to their children or to their beloved ones. I think what they had to say, what they want to say, and I don't understand why free accessible for everyone every day. I don't understand why people never come here, and why it's so why it should be so weird. So why not? I was in the bus and I went, stop, and I immediately think if I just gonna go there, and I see beautiful things. So bit of respect. So I get inspired. It's not that it has to mean something. I don't want people to think for me. I think you should just watch actually and feel something, and that's it. People always want to have something to say. And I'm here now in a very poor state. And I feel a bit that I need mental help. But not in that way. I feel that I should actually get answers, and then go further. And I will never become that woo person that is a bit too in the skies. I'm always settled. So this is a little bit. I have to because I'm making art. So most people who make art are a bit woo woo. Or use something. I'm just settled and I'm just watching and see how pretty people actually make for their beloved ones, and actually still every day or every hour see people here coming and passing by, and they're so happy because they feel like in connection with someone. They actually never lost, but always honor, so whatever happens actually to me or to my family or to the future, I am unknown with. I don't know. I hate people who predict actually. I literally hate. I can't stand that. So I've got pattern recognition, and that's it. And I really hate people who mess with nature. So otherwise it goes wrong. So I really try here to just see how people just are happy actually, and my way of actually coping is actually to myself. I don't share them. So as long as you're settled, as long as you're settled down actually to the world, just settled down actually means I literally settled down with me, as that Sharon sings, that you feel that you need to connect with someone, right? And I feel like settled to now this environment, and in other synonym, actually another way that Shalom thinking with me, because I'm touched by two modern ages too. I don't like so a lot of technology messing with me too. But I hope to actually one day find someone who I think I found him in the crowd when I left the Netherlands, and I feel like I have to go back somewhere, and I don't know where I'll eventually go. And it's what actually my Muhammad dynasty family line, of my royalty family line, or how do you say it? Actually, it's just a family. Muhammad, I carry is actually his way of living, and his as a woman. So it's a bit rare, yeah, but it doesn't mean that I'm less, or I'm not, I have to say this. I hate it actually. I almost not hate it, but I cannot stand that people messing with me and actually want to be part of me. Put devices inside of me, or do things with me so they can actually relive Muhammad through me. Everything goes through me, and I see all these people, and I have no idea if they had the same thing going on. Could just be. So I just I feel that I started well, And now I feel like the people already want to mess with me again, so I stop this recording. And they actually mean nothing to me. Whoever does that, even people who touch my poetry. In the end, I take it over whenever I want to. So, Nadia Amina Awais Mohammed, Nadia Amina Awais Mohammed, Nadia Amina Awais Mohammed, Muharram Sheikh Nur, and Mamai Mohammed Hussein, all the way from this beautiful place where people rest and come together. And actually, I have only felt happiness today after a lot of tears that I left to actually my past. So, yeah.